Welcome to For the Love of Making Books. I'm just starting, sorry, I touched the camera. I'm just starting a new series. I've wanted for a long time to make a hardback journal using a book cover, and I have a couple of these, so I've chosen this one. It's lectures on the French Revolution, so there's probably parts of this that I'm going to cover, but I just thought I would turn on the camera and go take each step, small steps. I want to make a 3 signature journal. I want it to be a hidden spine. I've never done this before, so I'm really interested in trying to do that. So I've got the book, I've got the text block, I've been using it for some time. This time I'm just going to, or this video, I'm just going to add a little bit of linen as a bit of reinforcement there. I have put down tape, but it's just masking tape, so I'm going to reinforce the spine. So I'm just snipping it there and tearing, and then I'm going to use 3-in-1, or it's also known as Fabri-Tac in different places. But this is going to be a watercolor journal. Now this bit's going to be covered with the hidden spine, so I'm not too worried about bleed through. Just check I've got that in the middle. So I'm wanting to do a watercolor themed journal. Now I am no watercolor, I don't even want to use the word expert. I do like to try watercolor, but I really know nothing. Well, I wouldn't say I know nothing, but I do know some of the techniques, but I'm never going to be a watercolorist, let's put it that way. I know that, but that doesn't mean, you know, I'm not going to be a Michelin chef. That doesn't mean I can't cook, or I'm not going to be on the British Bake Off. That doesn't mean I can't bake a bun or bread or scone. I like it a wee bit loose anyway, so it's really just to reinforce the spine there. So I didn't show you cutting the book because I have done that a long time ago when I took the text block out, or putting the tape down. So that's the first task, to make sure the spine is very secure. And I'm happier also when it's a fabric spine, covered spine now, because I sort of feel that my strongest glue that I have is a fabric glue, and sticking in the hidden spine is the scary bit, to make sure it's secure. That's the first task. The next video will be about creating the hidden spine. So I'm just going to take it in very small steps. I'm just going to show you some of the basic watercolor things I can do, or have done. Maybe couldn't replicate it. I do look at work by Diane Ampton. I think it was her that showed this one. I just followed along. So that's on watercolor paper. It is important, I think, to have watercolor paper. This is a card I made. I think this was Andrea Nelson or Rebel Unicorn. Showed you how to paint a slice of watermelon. I just have it on a card. Can't remember who showed this one. Basically just ovals or circles, and then when it's dry, I took a pen, like that pen there, Uniball. And again, that's a card that we go at some embellishments. I recently watched a video, I don't know whether it was Andrea Nelson or Rebel Unicorn, and one of them was saying that they keep getting mixed up because they look so alike, and they do exactly, they both are watercolorists, but they also have the same sort of style. So I'm not sure which one of them was showing the flowers, I'm sorry, but they were well worth. They show you how to do exercises to control your brush, you know, like dipping a circle, like the top of your glue, dipping it in watercolor, wet watercolor paint. Oh, and you know, printing that over your page, and then just using a damp brush to bleed it through into the center of the circle. So very good beginner activities there. So those are just some of, and I definitely saw this here. I don't think I saw anybody doing that one. That was just a leaf shape. So those can be page embellishments. Like this could be a page border if you had a few more of them. This could be a pocket or tuck spot. So definitely I'll be trying some watercolor activities. I've plenty of watercolor samples here. I'm not going to show you, they're terrible. Oh, there's one there, it's not so terrible. If you have a stamps of any kind, and you use Stays On ink, which is a permanent alcohol based ink, that's upside down, Stays On ink, then you can stamp it and then fill it in. That's not particularly well filled in, you know, there's no variation in tone or anything there, but it's on a card. So you can't be an expert without starting at the beginning. Well, I'm not even trying to be an expert, but you have to start at the beginning. So I got myself Maiden watercolor paper. It's not very big, it's 7 by 5. I saw somebody struggling the other day in a YouTube video because they were new to watercolor and they couldn't get this gum page off. So I've seen somebody teaching you how to do it. There is a section at the top that is not gummed, so you put your blade in. I'm not wanting to separate, I'm just wanting to show you because I want to use the next page. Put your blade in and then you just go round. So there is that ungummed place at the top, at least it's at the top of that one. I think I've seen it at the top of others. So it's just we heads up that is going to be a series. So watch out for episode 2 of the watercolor journal. Thank you for watching.